If we go into the next part of personal branding, one thing I always talk about, you can have the best understanding for yourself of who you are and what you want to represent. If nobody sees you as a brand, there's no impact in this world. Same on the other side is if you're not credible. So building up visibility for your brand, and that's the same for the company, and credibility on the same time will help you to succeed with a brand impact. And we're not talking about company development in what we do, but I think there's a huge correlation. If you can do this for yourself, for your personal brand, you can copy paste that into your business as well. So visibility, how do you gain visibility? There are hundreds of possibilities. In the world where we're in right now, 2023, social media is a huge thing. If you follow me on social media, then you know that I'm extreme when it comes to this, because I know from branding aspect, working within a company like IKEA is well known. So IKEA does studies inside of all the different markets worldwide. Are we top of mind? Are we within the first companies when you think about furniture? And they are in most of the places worldwide. When you ask what is the one company you know about furniture, then people are saying IKEA. So how do you get to that level with what you do, what you want, so that more and more people understand that you're existing, of what you're doing? Because if they know that you exist, they can engage with what you do, they can gain the impact you're after. And of course, websites, let's put web in general. Web is a huge opportunity to be visible. That's why I have, for example, a personal website, and that's why I have company websites. My personal website is my hub, where it's all about me, all about my vision, all about my personality, and then my business is all about business. And of course, my personal website is almost zero business, at least my personal business. Then you can do a blog, different outreach like I do my podcast. Obviously, your business in itself will give you visibility. Depending on how you do this, I truly believe that we should build human businesses where people behind the businesses are seen. When I look up startups, for example, when I look up accelerators I want to work with, when I look up investor companies, I look into who are the people behind it. And that's why I'm putting business here as well, because that is reflecting your personal brand into your business, into your startup. And then, of course, I do speaking engagement and other things on the go. Visibility is a key part, and I have focused a lot on that. The other part of the scale is credibility. So how do you gain credibility? And we focus again on your personal brand. One part I gain credibility is obviously success. So whatever you do, if you can show that you have been successful, people are attracted by success stories. If you don't have that, you have credibility through the people you engage with. If you take my podcast, I have credibility from every person that is willing to go onto my podcast. Let's call it partners. Partners in my case is the podcast guest. I have had people from students, from startup founders to Hollywood movie producers and the CEO. Like everything in between was on my podcast. And every time someone with credibility, and it doesn't matter what credibility comes onto my podcast, they give their credibility to me. If you see that I have interviewed this specific person, all the people knowing that specific person then say, oh, you go onto this podcast, you are spending time with this person. That means we can trust this person as well. So that gives you credibility. There are different contributors and more things. I think another one is the impact you do as a person. The way you talk, the way you engage with other people, the way you truly want to create impact, and not just your monetary impact for yourself, as more credible you are. And of course, as longer you do that. So I'm just putting time in here. These things will help you find out what your personal brand is and how do you bring it to life.